Hello and welcome to today's update. Today I wanted to look at some stocks which look promising to me. I'm looking at these from a weekly, monthly time frame. So these would be ideal for swing trading. I don't expect them to work out by Monday, Tuesday of next week, but I expect them to work out over the course of coming weeks because I'm looking at the weekly, monthly chart just to see what the technical picture is. So let's get started. The first area I want to focus is healthcare, XLV. So this is the weekly chart of XLV. So I want to focus because I think this sector is looking quite bullish. You can see that it has formed a W pattern and it's broken out to the upside. You can see the weekly MACD is moving higher. It's now going above the zero line, and you can see the RSI is above the 50 level, this green line, and it's moving higher. So I think there are opportunities in this sector. Now keep in mind that number of stocks in this sector has made a big move, but there are a couple that I think might be worth looking at. The first one is this one, ABBV is the ticker symbol. So you can see that this is a weekly chart. You can see it has traded inside this range for many weeks and then started to break out to the upside. You can see the weekly MACD is crossing above the zero line and RSI is moving higher. So I think this one looks like has more to the upside. If I look at the monthly chart, you can see the MACD remains it's moving higher. RSI is also moving higher. So the monthly picture also looks positive. So I think this is one stock. Now, obviously, it has gone up quite a bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if there is a pullback. So if I look at on a daily basis, any pullback, as you can see, recently it pulled back and found support at this breakout level. So any pullback would be buying opportunity. If it falls below this level again and gets inside, then that would be short-term negative. But the fact that the momentum indicators are increasing, that suggests that any pullback should be met with buying opportunity. So this is one stock that is looking positive. Another stock in the healthcare sector that looks attractive is this one. This is Stryker, ticker symbol SYK. You can see that it's starting to move higher. So it has now broken through this area. So if I just draw a horizontal line right here and then broke out to the upside, you can see that MACD is moving higher, heading towards the zero line. RSI has been moving higher, making higher highs, and it's now above the zero line. So this is looking quite positive to me. So those are the two stocks I would highlight within healthcare sector. Another sector that I like is the defense and aerospace. So this is the iShares US Aerospace and Defense ETA. The ticker symbol is ITA. So you can see that it has recently broken out through this level. So you can see like a double bottom pattern. And this week had a fairly strong bullish candle. You can see the momentum indicators are also moving higher. So again, maybe you can wait for a pullback because it has had a big run up. So any pullback would be an opportunity because I can see that this sector is making weekly higher highs. So one individual name in that sector that I like is Raytheon, ticker symbol RTX. So you can see it's been moving higher, and then this week had a fairly strong bullish candle. It was up 3.63%. You can see the momentum indicators are moving higher. MACD is just crossing above the weekly zero line, and RSI is also moving higher. If I look at the monthly chart, you can see that the momentum indicators in MACD remains well above the zero line. RSI is moving higher again, so that's looking quite strong also. I would expect some resistance around 105, 106, but if this momentum continues, then we'll see whether or not it can break out to a new high. So that's on the defense and aerospace. There are others in defense and aerospace like Northam, NOC, LMT, but some of them have gone up quite a bit. This is not to say that they can't go up, but that sector has number of stocks which are showing some bullish characteristics. Next sector is the building materials, XLB. So this is another sector where I'm seeing some opportunity. You can see that this sector has been moving up, and this sector has been providing support to S&P 500. You can see recently it has gone above this previous weekly high right here. So this week was a positive week for it. You can see the momentum indicators are moving higher. I like what I see here. So there are a couple of names I wanted to bring to your attention. So first one is Nucor. NUE is the ticker symbol. You can see that it also has been moving higher. It formed this double bottom pattern on a weekly basis. You can see the MACD has been moving higher. RSI also moving higher. So this is looking quite bullish to me. The second one that I like in this sector is the ticker symbol FCX, Freeport McMoran. So this is also looking quite positive. You can see the double bottom pattern right here on a weekly basis. And then you can see this week it has taken out this previous higher week. You can see the momentum indicators are moving higher. So that's looking quite positive. If I look at the monthly chart, you can see on a monthly basis, MACD looks like it wants to cross again. So momentum indicators are looking positive. So I like this one again also. So I want, I'll keep watching it. So obviously resistance, near-term resistance would be around here, and then ultimately to this high. So we'll see how it gets along. But at the moment, the momentum indicators are quite strong. So those are the two on the building material side. Next up is XLY. XLY is discretionary. I mean, the overall sector is not that strong at the moment, you can see, but it could potentially form a double bottom right here, XL. But overall, the chart is not as strong as the building materials or the healthcare, but it could potentially become. But one stock in this sector that I like is Home Depot. So this is, you can see that double bottom pattern of forming, and then you can see that it's closed above this previous high. Momentum indicators are also improving. So I like this one in the discretionary sector. Other stocks that I like would be Etsy. So this is Etsy. You can see like a cup and handle formation on a weekly basis. And this week was a strong week this week. It was up almost 17%. But I can see that the momentum indicators are, improving. If I look at the monthly chart of Etsy, you can see on a monthly basis, MACD looks like it wants to cross right here. And on a monthly basis, RSI, which was below the 50 level for a long time, has moved above the 50. So monthly technical pattern is beginning to improve, and the weekly momentum indicators are improving. You can see RSI going higher, MACD is crossing above the zero line. So I like what I see in Etsy. Another one that I like is Lululemon, LULU. So again, you can see that it formed a base right here, a higher low right here, higher high. It has taken out this weekly high right here. Nice candle, bullish candle this week, and you can see MACD is crossing above the zero line. On a weekly basis, it fell below the zero line, stayed below the zero line for a long time. Now it's moving back. Now we're in this kind of a stage right here where it's crossed the zero line. You can see right here. So if it does this, we could see additional gains in coming weeks and months. Next sector that I want to bring to your attention is biotech. This is iShares Biotech, which is IBB. You can see that it chopped around within this range for many weeks, and then it looks like it is now beginning to break out. You can see MACD, it was falling and then fell below the zero line, and then it formed a base and MACD started to move higher. Now it's about to cross above the zero line. So it's doing something like this. It's an early stage of the move right here or right here. So if MACD continues to move higher, you can see RSI is also moving higher. Weekly RSI has gone above the 50 level. So, and you see this breakout. If I look at the monthly chart, you can see that on a monthly chart, the MACD, which has completed its correction, it's now about to cross. If it can get back above the zero line, if it does something like this and then moves higher, if it does like this where it crosses and moves higher, and we could see IBB move higher. You can see on a monthly basis the RSI has gone above the 50 level. So I think it's worth keeping an eye on this one. So this is again a play over coming weeks and months, because based on what I'm seeing, because of the fact that it had a long consolidation, so we could see many weeks of higher highs. But keep in mind that it's not going to be going up on a straight line. You can see last 2 weeks it consolidated and broke out to the upside. So we could see 1 or 2 weeks of consolidation like this. But the chart pattern is looking quite positive. Momentum indicators are also looking positive. Another ETF in that space is BBH. This is the Van Reed Biotech. It also has a similar pattern. You can see it consolidated for many weeks and months inside this range, and then it looks like it wants to break out. Momentum indicators are moving higher, RSI and MACD. If you look at it on a monthly basis, you can see that monthly MACD seem to have completed this correction, and it looks like it wants to cross. If it crosses and moves above the zero line, something like this, and monthly MACD starts to go higher, then we could see additional gains in coming weeks and months. So that's the two stocks that I want to highlight. So that's all for today. We'll see how these play out in coming weeks. Thank you very much for watching the video. Hello and welcome to this video. So today I'm going to talk about trading ideas. You're looking at a weekly chart of XLC, the communication sector within S&P 500. Now, I'm going to talk about stock from a weekly time frame, which means that these would be ideal from a swing point of view. It means that I expect them to work out in coming weeks, not Monday, Tuesday of next week. Now, this is XLC communication. You can see communication sector had a terrible year, down almost near the COVID lows. You've got stocks like Meta, Google, Disney, Charter Communication that have come under heavy selling pressure. So this sector got decimated. Now, many of the stocks are not showing any bullish pattern, but there's one stock that I like in this sector, and that's Netflix. So this is Netflix weekly chart. You can see that since it fell to around 170, it's been making higher highs on a weekly basis, and you can see that it has it printed a bullish weekly candle this week right here. So, and you can see the momentum indicators are moving higher. You see MACD had a cross right here. It's now moving higher. It's now heading towards the zero line. It still is below the zero line, so we need to see it cross above the zero line. And you can see RSI has been moving higher. On a monthly basis, if you look at the monthly chart, you can see the MACD has completed its correction, and it looks like it wants to make a cross right here. So if it crosses and starts to move higher, that would be quite positive. The RSI is also moving higher. We need to see RSI get back above the 50 level. But on a weekly basis, you can see that momentum indicators are looking quite positive. On a daily basis, you can see that there is a gap fill right here. The gap fill is around 332. So there's still about $13 left before it fills the gap. Based on the momentum indicators, I think it can very well do that. So I think this still is showing bullish potential. So I would look to buy Netflix on any pullback opportunities. Even on a daily basis, you can see that Momentum indicators are positive. RSI is above the 50 level. MACD is above the zero level, and it's making higher highs. So this is looking positive within a sector which which hasn't done much. So this looks positive to me. Thank you very much for watching the video.